So anyway, I was talking to the homie, and apparently she said she is not down to wear a Grinch costume for losing a competition series that I suggested in the last production meeting. I'm kind of mad.
I'm kind of here for it, honestly. I really do think a Grinch costume would go pretty fucking heat, considering that it's a sports-based competition.
I'm just saying. Hear me out. The dude, when we lose our sports competition, we have to wear Elsa costumes, but we can't have the one female who I'm trying to have join the sports competition wear an Elsa costume because kind of counterintuitive, supposed to be embarrassing, big dog. You know what I'm saying? So we trying to put that bitch in a Grinch costume, goddamn.
God damn.
I'm talking like full makeup Jim Carrey Grinch, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah, ain't no dressing that shit up. Yeah.
I gotta wallow in self-pity at 5:30. Then that's crazy. Ladies and fucking gentlemen, welcome to the I kind of came in hot there. Welcome to the Fucker We Ball podcast. My name is Zach, and in the room we have prime time Will.
It's your boy Will.
It's your boy Will. We got a lot to discuss this week, so we're gonna go ahead and hop in. So here we go. Football, NFL, shit ton to go over.
Let's say, where do you want to start?
You know what? Let's I guess let's go through the week. So, first off, I'm just going to touch on the NCAA because I don't want to get too deep into it. Texas defeated Georgia. Georgia defeated Texas, and Texas is ranked number 1 currently.
Now ranked a hot number 5.
It was a great game to watch, quite honestly. Another great game that was kind of a sleeper heater was the Tennessee-Alabama game. Tennessee narrowly beating Alabama for the second time in 25 years.
I was not expecting the Vols to kind of clutch that bitch out. I'm not.
Oh, 100%.
I thought the Tide were going to just steamroll them.
Well, that's been one of the big college rivalries for fucking years in the SEC is fucking Alabama and Tennessee. You know that they're going to meet up, and 9 times out of 10, Alabama's going to beat Tennessee.
Hey, listen, they said we're going to catch these fuck niggas lacking. Nick Saban retired. These niggas trash.
I don't.
Roll Tide, nigga, roll the tip of this dick. Trash nigga.
That's crazy. But those are kind of the two big ones in the NCAA. I will also say shout out to Arizona State. Go Sun Devils. Their kicker missing a shit ton, and the coach actively coming off the game, going into the press conference saying we're holding kicking tryouts on Monday. Time for me to get my NFL calling.
All I'm saying is your boy might. I don't know how much eligibility either one of us have because we're kind of old as fuck, but you don't catch me in Arizona kicking some football, brother.
There is a kicker in the NCAA that is 32.
It's because that nigga trash.
A Mr. Jordan Noyes. He is a 31-year-old college football kicker for Colorado State. Just saying, big dog.
How the fuck?
Before we get into the games for the NFL, we had...
Pause.
Oh, no.
I will say, what's that 32-year-old gentleman's name?
Jordan Noyes.
Mr. Noyes, if you're seeing this, you're probably not, but if you're seeing this.
Or Noyes. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but...
Hey, don't fucking matter. If you're seeing this, come on the pod. I got some questions, big dog. Like, do you be at the parties after the game? Being like a whopping, like, fucking 11 years older than everybody else there? I got questions, big dog.
Does he go to all the college bars?
I feel like he has to. I mean, it's not like he's finishing up a game, then driving home to his wife and 3 children. Like, there ain't no fucking way.
This man finishes it, just Mr. 31-year-old sitting at the bar, fucked up off a ton of Jameson, just sitting there, just, what's your major? Like,
hey, I'm just saying, that man right there, every other college student, they're getting their NIL deals from, like, local, like, car dealerships, and, like...
This man getting an NIL deal from AARP?
Nah, my man got the NIL deal from Gold Bond.
From
Him and Shaq side by side. He's a the general insurance.
Oh my God, that is hilarious. I never even thought of that.
My man got the fucking NIL deal with the Pen, being the most super senior, being the grand senior,
Moving on.
geriatric senior ass nigga. I got questions, big dog. I got questions that only you can answer. We do this shit over Zoom. Ain't no fucking excuses.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Moving on. We're gonna move through a couple big moments that happened over this weekend, and then we're gonna start getting into the nitty gritty of the games. To start off, Mr. Tua Tagovailoa had a press conference. He said, "I am cleared for action by the physicians of the NFL," which is fair. Glad for him.
Hey,
He then also, they were asked, they're like, "Are you going to wear a guardian cap, considering that this man has 2 brain cells fighting for third from the amount of CTE that has hit his brain?" This motherfucker said, "No."
it's a personal preference. It's basically he's trying to set the world record for fastest brain injury leading to having to be spoon fed. So
He's speed running CTE right now.
no, he's speed running dementia at 40. Like my man is out here living dangerously. Tua, you seemed like I watched the press conference and it seemed like he has enough mental faculties left after those multiple major concussions. And the fact that with his career earnings and his downside guarantee, he's leaving the league with $200 million. Fucking retire, gang.
That's what I don't understand.
Like I guarantee he will always have a contract in fucking Miami because they're the ones who fucked him up to this point.
Yeah.
But I don't realistically see any other team taking a waiver off this guy, given how fucking injury prone he is. Because apparently he likes to take the shock of tackles with his fucking forehead.
Yeah.
It's time to hang it up, big dog.
Again, this man ran headfirst into Damar Hamlin's chest, and Damar Hamlin won.
That's crazy.
Just want to throw that out there. A super big moment.
Remind me. Bills Miami are division rivals, right?
Yes.
So they're gonna see them again, right?
It's them. It's Bills, Dolphins, Jets, and Pats.
Watch when fucking Miami sees Buffalo again. Tua beats DeMar, and DeMar puts his ass in a box.
Oh yeah.
Like my man's gonna go from 6 feet tall to 6 feet deep when he hits by the DeMar Hamlin brother. Like
6 feet tall to 6 feet under, brother.
I'm just saying that is some brain drainage, brother. Like
I truly don't understand why he wants to go back and play. Maybe it's just the love for the game at the same time. You're not going to remember the game.
That's what I'm saying. He's going to be the first Super Bowl winner to not remember why he had a big ass ring on his finger.
When did I win this?
For real.
You had the Cincinnati Bengals returning a kickoff return for a 100-yard touchdown.
Oh, and of course, king of massage in the NFL
Mr. Watson.
got fucked. ACL popped like a balloon. We love to see it.
No, it wasn't his ACL. It was Achilles.
Same to the same. Either way, he's not walking the same after that.
Mr. Watson.
As much as I do not like to wish injury on anybody, that's just karma, big dog.
If anyone deserved it,
the universe.
If anyone deserved it, it was Deshaun Watson.
Oh, absolutely. The universe said no, sir.
I'm not going to get into the Titans game, and there's a reason why, which we'll be getting into in about 45 minutes or so.
Tighten up, motherfucker.
No, don't tighten up.
I feel like they need to tighten up. Wait, they were getting fucked.
There will be. I fucking hate this team. Okay, we're gonna move on before I start getting pissed off.
I will say one thing before we move on.
Yes.
In this long 26-year life I've lived, I have learned many lessons from watching sports.
Mm-hmm.
What I've learned from this most recent Titans loss, sometimes you just gotta tell Diddy no. They failed to do so.
Yeah.
Apparently, that big nigga Josh Allen had some baby oil hidden in his waistband. The way he was fucking your defense. But I
Yeah.
digress. Let's move on before you get too tight.
I was gonna say, we'll get there. You'll see. In an NFC North showdown, you had the Detroit Lions facing the Minnesota Vikings. Lions taking it 31-29 in a clutch field goal right at the end there. Jared Goff going 22 for 25, 280 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. While you had Sam Darnold going 22 for 27, 259 yards, 1 for 1 with touchdown interceptions. The Lions ended up snapping the Vikings winning streak.
It's kind of sad to see, but we'd love to see winning streaks get ended on
Yes.
super tight games. And this one was all my degenerate gamblers. I know y'all know my pain. This was a fucking nail biter.
Oh, yeah.
If someone took the money line on the Lions, you were shitting a brick.
Oh, 100%.
I was
And
not, and I lost my parlay, so don't be me.
And with that, I will also say this: there is a sports gambling stat. So welcome to Fuck It We Ball Sports Gambling.
Degeneracy.
There is a stat line that still rings true right now that any team that faces the Lions the next week, they lose their game. Prime example: the Vikings lost on Sunday. On Thursday, they played the Rams. With them playing the Rams, normally you would think a 5-1 team would beat a 2-4 team, but the Vikings lost because 4 days prior they played the Lions.
Did not just lost, got their shit pushed.
It's so funny because you see people in the that were like in the comments on like TikTok, Instagram, all that kind of business, and they look and they're just like, "Oh, they didn't call the face mask at the end. They had to do a 100-yard drive in a minute and a half with no timeouts and still lost." Just saying.
Oh man,
That's all I'm
your
saying.
team is trash.
And it,
Oh, like it is, brother.
in a what do you call it? A second version of the last year's Super Bowl, you had the Chiefs going against the 49ers. Chiefs taking it 28-18, taking it for the second time that these two teams have met in the past 8 months. Chiefs are now 6-0 with Patrick Mahomes going 16 for 27, 0 touchdowns, but 2 interceptions.
Can I just say,
Mm-hmm.
it kind of feels like this year the Chiefs are 6-0, despite Patrick Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes has been ass.
I feel like Patty Mahomes is trying to beat the allegation that the NFL is scripted by trying to throw games.
And then the
I don't
refs.
know. I don't know if he got the MPJ curse where his brother Jackson's betting on these sports games, so he's trying to throw, but like
Yeah.
he got his 10-year contract. It was like I'm trying to be ass.
Hey, listen,
He,
brother, when you go back to back,
listen, he went from Patrick Mahomes to Dak Prescott. That's all I'm saying. Dak is back in Kansas, baby.
Dak is back in Kansas. I never it's interesting because when you have a quarterback like Mahomes or like Brady toward the end of his career and they start playing like shit and you look and you're like, you are the GOAT.
But the one thing we do also have to recognize is there's a bit of a difference between a 29-year-old Patrick Mahomes and like a 32 or not even like a 39-year-old Tom Brady.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
That motherfucker was in his prime till he's like 37, brother. Like,
Yeah. I mean, it's just interesting to watch Patrick Mahomes keep going the way he is. You had Mr. Irrelevant Brock Purdy, 17 for 31 with 0 touchdowns thrown, 3 interceptions.
I mean, basically, you boil it down. Both teams are playing like dick. It was just, I guess Kansas is playing a little less shitty.
Oh, 100%.
But even then, it's marginal. Like, this was a hard game to watch.
Oh, 100%. That's the thing about the Chiefs going 6-0 is that they're not even fun to watch by this point.
I mean, unless you're a diehard Kansas fan, but
Yeah, yeah.
even then,
It's
if they somehow win the chip this year, that shit is Mickey as fuck.
oh yeah, 100. Well, they're gonna get deep in the playoffs because playoff Patrick Mahomes as well as the NFL has Taylor Swift now on their side.
I think she's on the payroll. This fucking.
Which, by the way, fuck it, we ball endorses fuck Taylor Swift.
Oh, absolutely. We are very big proponents of the fuck Taylor Swift movement. Linemen matter.
We have
I
the
want to see linemen
matter.
instead of fucking Taylor Swift shit. I'm not gonna hold you. I don't give a fuck her. What was that new album with the weird name that came out? The Dead Poets, whatever the fuck.
Dead Poet Society.
Isn't that a movie?
Isn't that a band too?
Fuck if I know, dog. All I know is she does something in the off season. Now all of a sudden the Chiefs are gonna win.
The Torture Poets Department.
Are you fucking serious? Are you
Torture Poets
fucking...
Department. You
That
came
that
from
is the most. That is the most. We're trying to. We want Dead Poet Society, but we can't do that because we'll get sued into the ground.
with the opening track being named Fortnite.
Isn't it that shit with Post Malone?
Yes.
Well, it's official. Fuck it, we ball now. Also, does not support Post Malone. Mostly because he's from Dallas. He doesn't rep it. No, that motherfucker reps Texas. Keep it a stat.
I mean, he was at the Dallas game in New York wearing Brandon Aubrey's jersey.
Hmm.
In a game
When it's convenient, don't say.
in a game that nobody wanted to watch on Sunday night, you had the 5-1 Pittsburgh Steelers taking off the 2-4 uh New York Jets. Steelers taking it 37-15. Steelers starting Russell Wilson for the first game of this season.
I'm that
16 for
shit off the
29,
Seahawks
260 yards, two
jersey and
touchdowns.
fucking went to work. Goddamn.
You had the battle of the Geriatric Society taking
Oh,
place in Pittsburgh. You had two quarterbacks that have been playing football or that have been alive twice as long as I have. Actually, Russell isn't that bad, but
I know what Russell's 35, so he's only like
he's
fucking
10 years older than me.
about 9 years older than me, and then fucking Aaron Rodgers, old as dirt.
Yeah, and then Aaron Rodgers watched the fucking Red Sea get split. Aaron
Oh,
Rodgers going 24 for 39, 276 yards, one touchdown, two interceptions. I I don't think I don't know how you fix the Jets.
Aaron Rodgers needs to fucking retire. That's it. They
Who's
just
there?
need a decent young quarterback.
Tyrod Taylor is their
35-year-old
backup.
Tyrod Taylor. Like
Yeah.
I said, oldest QB room in the league.
Who is 35?
30 fucking 5, brother. You're going from one end of career quarterback to another end of career backup.
And then you have, oh my God, you know what the next game is for the Jets? It's the fucking Jets and the Patriots.
If they find a way to lose it, I realistically think they just need to blow it up.
Just pack it in.
Put Aaron Rodgers, like, listen, first off, I don't know what his contract is. I pray that there's only 1 year left on that bitch. But at this point, I feel like New York, if in my lifetime they have retired two all-time great quarterbacks, so it kind of feels like they're starting to become, the place for all-time greats to die.
They're the
Shout out to Brett
Cleveland.
Favre.
They're the Cleveland of the NFL.
I was thinking more Fort Lauderdale, the NFL, but that's just me.
It's retirement.
It's retirement home.
I mean, honestly, when you have a fucking quarterback room that's Aaron Rodgers and Tyrod Taylor.
I mean, yeah, you're just letting them both ride out their last contract. Listen, the Jets aren't going to win a Super Bowl, but they're providing amazing utility for the league. Being where, they could just dump the old motherfuckers, let them retire off like regular contracts, and then hopefully they can get a first round pick that turns it around. But
And you know what? Here's one thing I will say is that I just want to give shame to everyone that said that Aaron Rodgers was going to make the Jets a top 3 team in the AFC. Go fuck yourself. That team is ass.
You were with Aaron smoking ayahuasca in the woods, brother, like that.
Yes.
That's just beyond crack. You were hallucinating. You thought Aaron Rodgers was going to do some shit.
On top of that, I will also say this. Why? It's Aaron Rodgers, bro. On top of that, I don't know if you've noticed this. The AFC, or not the AFC, the NFL. It's either your team is great or your team is ass. There are zero in betweens. I have yet to find a mid team.
The Cardinals are pretty mid.
I guess you could probably say the Rams.
Oh, absolutely. The Rams are mid as fuck.
The 49ers.
Mid. Fucking
Seahawks.
The Chargers are mid. The Seahawks are mid.
Raiders.
No, the Giants are just bad. Tampa Bay is pretty. Tampa Bay is like the upper portion of mid. But they're not like. I don't think they're like what the fucking 15th or 16th best team in the league. Like they're probably like.
I think they're top 10. I'll say. I did not like that.
Bengals are mid.
Yeah, which is wild when you have Joe Shiesty at the helm. But speaking of Tampa Bay, I'm actually wearing a Lightning jersey right now. But you had a great game on Monday night. I was actually at this game.
I'm sorry.
The Baltimore Ravens visiting the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tampa Bay, your season is over by this point. You have Mike Evans going out on an injury. You had Chris Godwin going out on an ankle injury. And you had Baker probably throwing the worst game he's had in a minute.
But on the other hand,
on the AFC side of things, Baltimore, what the fuck? Lamar Jackson, 17 for 22, 281 yards, 5 touchdowns, 5 fucking touchdowns, 0 interceptions.
Tampa, it's over, Bubba.
On top of that, let me also
straight wild card.
Let me pull up a fun little stat for you. Lamar Jackson has played 17 Monday Night Football games without an interception in a row. He threw 5 fucking touchdowns on Monday. Derrick motherfucking Henry. I'm getting fired up for my rant here in a minute.
169 fucking rushing yards.
169 yards, 15 carries. Fucking insane. On the other side, Baker Mayfield.
Also, one person I think we need to make sure we mention.
Justin Tucker.
One Mr. Rashad Bateman. 4 catches, 121 yards, 30 average.
That's fucking insane.
With 1 touchdown to the air. My man's had a career night.
Yeah. Speaking of career nights, on the Tampa Bay side, you have Mr. Baker Reagan Mayfield. 31 completed for 45 attempts, 370 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. I say he was throwing one of the worst games he's had in a facetious manner. This man threw his cock off.
In a manner of speaking.
And that's one thing I want to say, right? Because you have like White that's doing carries for not a whole lot of yardage. It was very heavy on
for 40 yards
on Baker Mayfield. Like their tight end, Cade Otton,
look at this for 100 yards on 8 carries, averaging 12 and a half.
Like that's
solid.
Pretty solid. And like I said, when you throw for damn near 400 yards, I mean it was a hell of a game. And on top of that, you got to watch
fucking empty stats.
You got to watch Baker Mayfield almost come back in the game. But we have the next week in the NFL coming up,
What?
right? And some of these games I want to kind of pick your brain on
Okay.
just to try and I kind of want to see where. By the way, we completely missed a game. We missed Thursday night. It was Denver Saints. No one gives a fuck. Week 8. I already gave away the Thursday night score. The Rams taking on the Vikings, but
In a hell of a game.
we are going to start with Sunday. You have the Ravens visiting the Cleveland Browns with
Whoa, 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 whoa,
Jameis
whoa.
Winston.
Hey. The Ravens take it, but yo,
Hmm.
Cleveland. I believed in y'all at the beginning of this year. Y'all are letting me down. Congratulations. Y'all are going to be picking in the lottery, brother.
Hell yeah. I really think they do. I'm not even going to lie.
Just a Cleveland. That's for you.
Cleveland.
All right, anyway. So, yeah, no, the Ravens are about to dish out a one-sided beating against the Cleveland Browns.
It's going to be another Ravens Chiefs AFC championship. I
Like,
fully believe that.
like I said in the previous episode, I feel like I'm thinking the right team. I am because Saquon's somehow I get them mixed up. Derrick Henry is about to be the first player in NFL history to likely retire with a ring and a body.
Who do you
The
body?
way, the way he about to body the Browns secondary.
Oh yeah, 100%.
We are about to see that defense get crumpled.
100%.
Give me the Rams by like 3 touchdowns.
You mean the Ravens?
You know what I mean? I'm getting hyped.
What's what's
Ravens
the
by 3.
what's the rest of their schedule look like? Let's see. You have Ravens Browns on Sunday, then they face the Broncos, then they face the Bengals, then they face the Steelers, then they face the Chargers, then they face the Eagles, then they face the Giants, the Steelers, the Texans, and the Browns.
So in those games you just mentioned, I think they have like 2 legit challenges. The
The
rest are,
Eagles
yeah,
and the Texans.
yep.
Other than that, this team's like I said, it's realistically going to be a Chiefs Ravens AFC championship. I would hope the Ravens would take it, but with the fucking refs,
Hey,
I
listen,
think that the fucking Chiefs are going to take it. I think it's going to be
listen.
Lions Chiefs Super Bowl. But
I'm telling you, I can see the storyline developing in my head, right?
yeah,
I've always like we've been saying on this podcast, we want Detroit to be in the Super Bowl.
yes,
I feel like what they're gonna do is they're gonna sacrifice Detroit. It's gonna be Detroit Chiefs. Chiefs are gonna win the Super Bowl. Travis Kelce is gonna play out of his fucking skull, manage to win Super Bowl MVP, and fucking
propose.
propose to Taylor Swift on the 50-yard line.
And then I'm going to come out of the stands with a gun. And
And just do a quote unquote political assassination against Taylor Swift.
oh
Wow.
my God. I would, no, I'd probably put the gun in my mouth.
Hey, listen. I like the 90s grunge scene as much as I do, but a Kurt Cobain haircut is not the way, brother.
Hell no.
All we do is we continue to launch Taylor Swift slander on the pod.
Exactly. And you are going to have a 3-hour episode of me and Will ranting about Taylor Swift in the NFL.
I'm not even gonna lie. I don't think it's gonna be about sports at that point. I'm just gonna start shitting on her music. Be real with you. Hey,
I'm just
listen,
gonna
I
start
can't. I can't fault the league for it.
I'm just gonna start ranting about anything.
Listen, like I said, I can't fault the league specifically for the Taylor Swift thing because I'm like, nah, that's just a good storyline for them,
Oh, 100%.
and that opens them up to a very, very wide market
Yes.
demographic that they have not been able to really reach, which is the white suburban female market from the ages of 28 to 35. And believe it or not, I did do a lot of market research on my hatred of Taylor Swift. Don't worry about it.
We're gonna skip the 12 o'clock game on Fox, but you have in an AFC South showdown You have the Indianapolis Colts going against the Houston Texans. Give me
Give me the
Texans
Texans.
by 100.
2 touchdowns.
You have Green Bay taking off against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Duval. Give me
It's a
Green Bay.
wash. Yeah, give me Green Bay. Like, come on now. We
On top
don't
of
even
that,
really got to talk about that game
I could
realistically.
say on top of that, no one wants to watch that other game. Which, by the way, if you're not, do you know what game I'm referring to?
Cards, Dolphins,
No. Look at the other noon games.
Patriots. I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna watch Pats Jets. I'm not gonna lie to you.
No.
Me and
No.
about the 15 other viewers and or me and the 3 other viewers and 12 Jets fans still left.
No, but we'll get to that in a second. More on that at 11. Um, you have the Cards against the Dolphins. Give me any other fucking game, quite honestly.
Give me the Cards.
Yeah, honestly.
If they cart Tua out there, give me the Cards.
You have Jets, Pats.
Whatever.
Give me who gives a fuck. In an
Oh,
NFC
hold up.
South.
Hold up.
Nope.
I
Don't
don't want to
mention that
talk
fucking
about it.
game.
I don't want to talk about it.
Don't mention that game.
But Kirko Cousins hanging on Tampa Bay.
In NFC South, you have Kirko Cousins and the Atlanta Falcons visiting the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Give me Kirko.
Give me the Bucks.
Oh, you think they're going to split the series?
I think they're gonna split the series.
Quite honestly, that's fair.
This game reads to me like the most extreme version of a mid-off.
It kind of is a mid-off, quite honestly.
Like, listen, mid for mid, band for band. Who is the most lackluster team of the two?
Give me.
Give me the Bucks.
You have the Philadelphia Eagles visiting Joe Shiesty and the Cincinnati Bengals.
Give me the
Give me
Eagles.
Philly.
Yeah, come on.
Now, keep in mind, I want to watch Philly burn to the fucking ground, but give me Philly. You have to.
Yeah,
because
the Bengals are playing like dick. So yeah, no, come on.
yeah, you have the Saints visiting the Los Angeles Chargers. Give me
The Saints.
anything else.
Yeah, it's that's the 3 o'clock game we're skipping.
Quite honestly, yeah. Then you
Like
have. Huh.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say you have the Buffalo Bills visiting the Seattle Seahawks.
I mean, the Bills are gonna take it for sure.
Here's one that I thought was kind of interesting. I'm kind of excited to watch this. The Chicago Bears go into the Washington Commanders.
Oh yeah, the first round pick versus the second round pick. I mean, give me the Commanders because
The first overall against second overall.
exactly.
Um,
Give me the Commanders.
But here's the thing: is that Jane Daniels is still out with a rib injury.
I still think baseline they're a better team.
You know what? I could see that.
Like I'm saying, like I don't think it's a close. I don't think it's an absolute blowout, but it's not like a close game either.
100%. I could definitely see that.
Like I think even without Jaden Daniels, it's still Washington still has a dynamic offense.
Yeah.
But I think I could see them legitimately beating the Bears, being Chirac by like a touchdown, by like 7 points.
Here's a question for you: how far do you think the Commanders get in the playoffs?
Assuming that Jaden Daniels can stay healthy, second round.
I was gonna say second round.
Absolute like best case Cinderella story shit. Conference finals, but
Bro, a Detroit Washington fucking conference.
Bro, hell would have frozen over.
That would be insane.
I'm so here for it though.
That'd be crazy.
That would be that'd be an exciting, bro. Imagine in a weird alternate reality, Chiefs commander,
Chiefs command,
and then the Commanders take it.
That'd be crazy, bro. If I have fucking Ben Roethlisberger 2.0. Except Jane Danielson as big as Big Ben. I don't think so, at least.
No, he definitely isn't. Big Ben was a big nigga. Jay Daniels also a big nigga, but Jay Daniels is also a very large individual,
A very large individual.
aka a big nigga, but he is not that big. No,
He's
not been
6'4", 210.
God damn, that's a big nigga.
So he's 6'4", so he's the same height, but 30 pounds lighter.
Like I say, he ain't as big as Big Ben, brother.
Yeah, fair.
Keep it a bean though. I saw either one of them motherfuckers in the dark alley. I'm up in the pole. I'm not fighting those bitches. They get shot. I'm not gonna hold you.
You have the Carolina Panthers visiting the Denver Broncos. Give me a gunshot.
Absolutely. Give me a bullet to the back of the brain.
Kansas City Raiders.
Give me the Raiders. Listen, it's fuck the Chiefs. Give me the Raiders by 3.
By a
Give
field
me
goal.
by a fucking field goal in the back half of the fourth quarter.
Give me the Raiders by a safety. Now, do you imagine?
That
You
would be
have
fucking hilarious.
you have on Sunday night a game that is always entertaining, but with the way the Cowboys have been playing this season, I'm not really looking forward to it. Dallas, San Francisco, give me,
Give me San Fran.
yeah, honestly, every single
I have
fucking time.
I have faith in my Cowboys. We don't got that.
Honestly, no.
I've been saying this, and I'm going to continue to say this. At this point, the Cowboys should just blow it the fuck up.
Yeah,
We should not have signed fucking Dak Prescott to that contract. We should
shouldn't
have let
sign
that nigga
Zeke.
walk. We should have signed Zeke. We should have traded CD Lamb in a sign and trade.
Yeah,
We should have just blown it up and just tanked this year.
yeah. Quite
Because
honestly,
if everybody's healthy and we're playing to our maximum ability, we are most certainly a playoff team that can go on a deep playoff run
yeah.
on paper.
On
When you
paper,
put them on the
on
field,
paper.
when you put them on the fucking field, Jesus Christ, it is a Shakespearean tragedy. The
And
only
that,
reason the Cowboys have been remained competitive in certain games is because we have good defense.
you know what game they didn't remain competitive on?
Speak on
The Lions.
it. Zach,
Clowning,
Zachary.
clowning.
Absolutely. I'm not gonna lie. That was a tough day to live in the city of that or in the suburbs of Dallas. I'm not gonna lie.
It was a great game if you were a Lions fan like myself. They
Yeah, but
were
they
throwing. I I
it
just
did.
want to make this abundantly clear. They were throwing hook and ladders to your offensive linemen, then followed by your lineman lining up as a receiver.
They were beating the Cowboys and then doing tricks on it. It's crazy.
It was so fucking good to watch as a Lions fan.
Oh, no, it legitimately like I would say Dallas relative to a lot of the other major cities, relatively safe.
Not
Sounded
that
like
day.
Chirac outside. I'm not gonna lie. Motherfuckers
Listen,
was in Victory Park up in the pole.
I just have to say this, and I want to make this abundantly clear. For the Lions organization has sucked for a very long time. It has. Everyone knows this. I like how you have the microphone as a parrot. The Lions have sucked for a very long time. 50 years of just fucking, actually, probably
Fucking
closer to
mid.
70 years, not even mid,
No,
just
not
straight trash.
70.
They
They
are
had
the
some decent teams in the 90s.
they are the only team to go 0-16 in the
I'm
modern era.
they were trash enough to make Barry Sanders retire early. That's all I'm saying.
Dan Orlovsky stepped out the back of the end zone. This team has been ass. This team, I remember distinctly, I was watching a game with my father in January of 2009. And it got down to the final 2 minutes, and it was clear that Detroit was not going to make this 20-point comeback that they needed to at least get one game this season. So they were going to be the first team in the NFL, in the history of the NFL, to go 0-16. And I watched my dad's hands or head go into his hands and him cry tears. I just want to make that abundantly clear. This
That
team
that
has
is
been ass for so
that's a
long.
valid response.
This team has been ass for so long. They are allowed to have their time now. Let them throw the fucking hook and ladder. Let them
Oh,
have.
oh no, absolutely. I am a-okay with Detroit doing tricks on it. That don't make me that's not what has me tight. What has me tight is the fact that the Cowboys let that shit slide.
On Jerry's birthday.
Nah, fuck Jerry Heike, because That motherfucker should have stayed there and leaned into the fucking skid. Tell me why that nigga hit the ejectocito and bounced midway through the fucking game.
He said,
Jerry
he said,
Jones, I know you're a billionaire. If you're watching this, you're pussy for that.
hop on
Sell
the
the
pod,
team, brother.
hop
Sell
on the
the
pod,
fucking team.
hop on the pod, talk your shit.
Nah, he ain't finna hop on this motherfucking pod.
Shit, he can barely hop out of a fucking chair.
Shit, you should have saw him struggling into the plane on the middle of the third quarter of the Cowboy Lions game.
Listen, bro, and I've said this multiple times again. Motor City Dan Campbell is the best coach for Detroit, bar none,
Absolutely.
bar none. Because he just, not only by the fact that he played for Detroit and was actually on the team when the team went 16-0, it's also the fact that he played for the Cowboys. He's played for these other teams, and especially during those times, were rather successful. They maybe never got a Super Bowl, but they still
Yo,
were successful.
yo, my man's playing with the PTSD.
I'm upset, and I want this goddamn team to win because I've given up on my other team. More on that in a second.
Fair enough, fair enough.
I got to get
Just
through the
to,
I got to get through the NHL before I can go on my fucking rant.
just to wrap up the NFL talk for the week. Final
Yes.
game. Technically, it's 5 minutes before the start of the Cowboys Niners. Giants Steelers. Steelers are gonna walk that one. Fucking giving it to them by 25. Fuck it, they're gonna
Here's a
win by 40.
here's a question for you. Do you think they start Russ after Russ's start last week, or do you think they keep Justin?
Realistically, against the Giants, I don't think it matters all too much.
It doesn't, but
But if we're being realistic, they're gonna start Russell again.
I
Just
think
because
so just because of his veteran status.
he's a vet, plus he's coming off of an injury. So you kind of want to, you kind of want to start him just to kind of see where he's at physically.
Yeah.
He doesn't mean that motherfucker's still cooking. He's still fucking cooking.
I mean, he did okay against the Jets last week, but
Oh no, he did better than okay. He did better than I expected him to do. Like he really put on the Seahawks jersey and was looking like he was still in his prime.
so that's I what I would do if I'm the Giant or sorry, the Steelers going into this game. Because I think you want to build Justin Fields up into your franchise quarterback, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And especially with a veteran like Russell who has the accomplishments he has,
Mm-hmm.
I would go uh I would say you start the game with Russell, go about 2 quarters in, probably about halftime, put Justin Fields in.
Right.
Let him play the back half of the game. You already got it set up to where you're more than likely going to win. And then if you get to the instance where you're like, oh shit, we're definitely about to lose, go ahead and throw Russell back out there.
Right.
Now,
I can see that.
full disclaimer, I am not an NFL coach. I do not know how the fuck to coach an NFL team. But that's what I would do.
I mean, it's not a bad plan. It gives Justin Fields some meaningful time to actually develop in a real game scenario instead
No.
of trying to have him just sit on the sidelines and then develop during garbage time. But
Here's what you do. Hook and ladder to your kicker.
no,
Fake punt.
absolutely not.
Could you imagine that? You just see a team line up for a punt. They fucking snap it to the punter. Fucking receiver comes running around the backside. He just fucking tosses it to him and then he sprints it up.
I feel like if that were to happen, I know this has never happened in an NFL game. I need to see the first team concede after that.
Yeah,
Hit him with
quite
the
honestly.
You got it.
Quite
100%.
honestly. But,
Not only are you beating our ass, now you're doing tricks on it. It's time. It's time to bounce.
oh, 100%. With that being said, that's going to wrap up our NFL talk for the week. We're very excited to watch the games and very excited to get to you with more updates on the NFL. More news coming in soon.
Absolutely.